What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your girl T,
And it's your boy Kev. And we are.
the Writers Organization.
Yeah. And this is episode 6 of.
6 of Write Me One.
Hey. So, sis, what we got planned for him today?
Okay, so today we're going to have a conversation about what differentiates a good song and a great song. So that's what's on the table today. And then a little bit later in the show, we're going to give you some tidbits on how to register your songs properly so that you can get your royalties, your chalupa, your dinero. You know what I mean? So get your money right. So we're going to give you some tidbits on that too.
I can't lie, sis. There's been a burning question in my head all day long. And
I
think this one might throw you for a loop.
Okay.
But what is the craziest form of payment that you've ever accepted for one of your beats? Let's start the show off like that.
Well, are we keeping it thou wow? We're keeping it a buck? Okay. I guess I'm going to just go ahead and be transparent. If I'm being completely honest, the strangest form of payment I've taken for a beat before was food stamps. I mean, that's all they had. And they really wanted the beat. And I was like, well, make it make sense. They made it make sense. And needless to say, the fridge was stocked.
No, I thought you were going to say, a service for a service or like jewelry or something like that. But hey, food stamps is crazy.
I mean,
food stamps?
I probably would never do that now because I understand that it's not right. But back then it was.
But it spins the same inside the store, does it not?
I know, but principles and all. But I did. I'm just being transparent.
Food stamps?
Food stamps. Hey. Hey. So we're back. Welcome to Write Me One TV episode 6. Now, this is a podcast that brings you uncensored, we bring you an uncensored debate where we engage about everything involving the songwriting process. So tonight we're going to be engaging in a debate about what differentiates a good song from a great song. Later in the show, like I said, we'll be giving you important tidbits on how to register your songs and secure your money. But tell them what they need to do. If you're new to the channel, if you never visited us before, just take a moment out.
I got you. So if you're new to the channel, you've never seen us before, this is episode 6, but if you've never seen us before, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Do it now, please, and thank you. We appreciate you.
Please and thank you. Now, before we introduce our special guests, we want to go ahead and just take a moment out to say thank you to our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a few people that always support no matter what we do and sponsor the show. So we want to take a few moments out and thank them.
Yeah, run that.
Run it. Mm-hmm. So first off, we're going to start with Cheryl West over at the CW Barber Lounge. Now, if you need like professional looking grooming and a dope haircut, hit her up. She is never going to disappoint you. And she's available by appointment only on VZ Book. So hit her up. That's CW Barber Lounge and the homie, Cheryl Weston. I mean, she knows how to cut.
Oh, who we got next?
So next, we have our family member and friends over there at Beauty and the Skin-tician, okay? So you want to reach out to Caitlin Say-Lee. She's actually running a Mother's Day special right now for the entire month of May, where she's giving out $10 off of specific services. She does everything ranging from facials to waxing. So go ahead and treat your mom or treat another mother. And her IG is Beauty and the Skin-tician. So hit her up, okay?
Oh, yeah. Next is one of my favorite pastimes. If you appreciate a good whiskey pour, go to Sacktown Whiskey on Facebook. Hit them up. Give them a like. Sacktown Whiskey. When spirit enthusiasts with a primary interest in whiskey facilitate and grow, that is the place they do it. Sacktown Whiskey. Give them a like.
Yes. Now, we can't forget about our guy, Tyrese Dobbins and Filthy Rebel Clothing. Now, this company is rebelling against bully, one t-shirt and one hoodie at a time. You can reach the CEO, Tyrese Dobbins, at Filthy Rebel Clothing on IG. Make sure you go ahead and tap in, as I think they're giving away. They're doing some pretty good specials right now as the season is changing. Now,
Yes,
last
yes.
but not least,
Last but
give a
not
round of
least.
applause for our kinfolk, right? Yeah. We got to give a special shout out to our family over there at Genetics. Genetics
Hey.
in Sawhart Gardens. I'm hoping I'm saying Sawhart Gardens right. But this is our family members. They're in the Southland. They specialize in medicinal flower tinctures, rubs, and goodies. Tap in with them on Instagram at underscore Genetics underscore.
Hey, I think it's time to bring someone on, man. I think it's time to bring someone on. Now,
Yeah.
tonight's special guest is a local superstar making waves globally. Run that intro for Miss Carla Fleming.
Let's go. Carla.
What's up? Money take big beats.
Hey, y'all see her. Now, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, now residing in Sacramento, California, she's a world-renowned singer, songwriter, playwright, actress, producer, vocal coach, and so much more. Give it for the beautiful, the talented Carla motherfucking Fleming!
Hey,
Hey,
that's
what
what I'm
a
talking about.
fucking intro.
How you doing, Carla?
I'm good.
So tell us how life has been.
Life has been lifing. I mean, it's good. I have a lot going on, staying busy,
Cool.
and taking time to appreciate accomplishments, things like
All
that.
right.
Life,
We're
That's
gonna
what
life,
learn
I'm
life
more
is
talking
about
about.
that. That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, tonight, Carla, we're going to be discussing what differentiates good songs from great songs. And we'd like to know what your take on this is.
well, I don't know. It's so I don't necessarily think that a hit song is a great song because
Okay.
there are a lot of songs that are hits that are not great songs. They're like good songs. People vibe to them and they get a lot of airplay, and you know what I mean? But a
Yeah.
great song, in my opinion, is a song that sticks with you throughout time. Like it's a song that it draws you in and it keeps you probably
Yeah.
for a lifetime. So it's all those lifetime songs that's still in your your playlist since you
Yeah.
was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
I
great.
do.
I
I
couldn't
do.
agree more. My take is similar to yours. What a good song is to me is like, okay, I can listen to this maybe for a week. I can listen to this 5 times. I ain't sick of it. I'm bopping to it, right? But like it loses its value over time. And so I'd say a great song is one of those songs where, you know, a year from now it still has the same feel. It makes you feel the same way when you listen to it a year later, 2 years later, 10 years later. So I agree. Those timeless songs are what makes a song great. Not good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have to say I agree too. Where it differs a little bit from me is a good song probably has one catchy element, maybe like a good hook or the beat just like, I can listen to this beat, or maybe it's the hook, or maybe it's like one particular line, right? But a great song has that over and over and over again where you're like, run that line back, ooh, or it makes you remember a specific space and time and what you were doing, or
Hmm.
how it, or it makes you feel a way that you felt like ribbon in the sky. It makes me
Oh,
remember my auntie's wedding, right? Because it was just like an emotional moment for me. Like I was so happy that she finally found happiness. So every time I hear Ribbon in the Sky, it takes me back and like 15, 20 years. And it's like I'm right there at that wedding. So the difference for
Mm-hmm.
me is like the song it just has to touch you in a way, and it has to have so many things. Like Carla Fleming actually has some songs where I got some parts in them like, oh, that's my part. Run that back. You know what I mean? So to me, that's what differentiates, good songs from great songs. So let's dive into it a bit. So what's your writing process, Carla?
So it's evolved over time, but I started out as a copycat writer, meaning
Okay.
that I would study other people's songs, right? And I would just change the lyrics. Like I would keep their melody and I would change the lyrics to fit my own until I could figure out how
Ah,
to create my own melodies because I didn't always know. Like I just didn't know.
that's dope.
Um, and so, but over time, I think it was just like constantly being in the studio, like all of my 20s, like from my teens all the way through my 20s. I spent probably 90% of my life in a studio.
Mm.
That's so
so,
dope.
um, so I would be around a lot of rappers, a lot of other songwriters, producers, and I just picked different things from different people, and then I just kind of came up with my own way of writing, which still changes. Like I don't have a set way because
Okay.
sometimes I come up with the music in my head and I write to what I hear, or sometimes I get a track and I write to that,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
or sometimes I just have hella shit to say and then I just kind of create it, use skills that I've developed to make it fit into a song. So I don't really have a set way to do it. It's just whatever comes to me.
Rita says, Carla.
Man, that's super dope. You took it back to like to infancy with it when you were like, okay, brand new to the game. Like I had to listen to like artists that influenced me. And like my process is kind of crazy. Like depending upon whether it's what genre it is, like if it's hip hop, what I'll do is just sit there and jot down words that match the feeling I'm feeling at that time. Um, and then I'll just move from there because the mood has to match, uh, you know, what I'm actually feeling at that time in order for me to make like a solid hip hop song. Now for R&B or pop, I just kind of start humming melodies and match the words after I come up with a melody. So my process is
Yeah.
a little bit different too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, it first depends on what the premise of the song is. Is it an assignment? Have I met with somebody and they told me I specifically want to do this? Now, if that's the case, I'm gonna be a little bit more structured, right? But I believe in feeling. So
Mm-hmm.
if I start banging out a beat and the melody moves me, I might stop making that beat right then. I might add like a metronome or something so that I can get the cadence, and I'll just start. Carla knows. I'll have my own singing session. You know what I mean? Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh, and I try to mimic other people. I didn't realize Carla actually put me on to this because she's like, "Oh, that's a Whitney Houston," and I was like, you know what? I do that often with different people, like Luther. When we're writing a lot, I feel like we're mimicking some of the things that we like from the classics. And another thing I do is that I never want to write something subpar. If I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel it, I scrap it
Right.
because my goal is to write timeless music. I don't want to write a bop, right? It might turn into a bop if the beat bop, right? Hey, if the beat bop, it
Hey.
might be a bop, right? But
And if it's my T beats, then the speaker's going nah. Yeah.
but I usually don't start out that way. And sometimes it's crazy. It could be a piano. I remember when we were together, Carla, we were writing and we just had, you taught me that. We just had the piano going and you started singing, vibing. So I do that to this day. So it really depends on how I feel. If I'm feeling down, it's going to be a somber song. If I'm feeling energetic, I just got a raise or something, it's going to be a party song. You know what I mean? So That's the process. The process for me is not to actually have so much structure, but have feeling and then structure a little bit later.
That's what's up.
So
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Miss Carla Fleming.
Yes.
Have you ever written for somebody? Have you ever written a song for somebody?
I have. I've written for a ton of people, but
hey.
and for a ton of reasons too, like for events and like organizations. I've written hooks and things like that. But I would say the most famous person that I've written a song for is Howard Hewitt.
All
So
right.
his last studio album I wrote with Robert Brookins, the late Robert Brookins, who's from Sacramento. Everybody knows Rod. Where is the love?
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
everybody knows.
So I used to write with Rob a lot, and then he would
That's
take
dope.
the things that we did and try to place them on artists. We tried to submit to artists like the Whispers or whoever he was working with at the time. He would take stuff and submit it. But the one thing that actually came to completion for a famous artist was the song I wrote for Howard Hewitt. And then he also, Rob also put a song that I wrote for him on his last album, which was great too. That's a great accomplishment too.
Wow. Hey. Hey, who knew we had? Well, I knew, but who knew we had a superstar? When I bring you out, the people that don't know, I'm like, they don't even know who they sitting next to. They don't
For real.
know. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's dope. Okay, I got a question for you, Carla.
Okay.
What music advice would you give the 20-year-old version of you? Like 20-year-old Carla, what would you tell her?
Push harder. Push
Okay.
harder. Don't settle. Um, and fuck how you feel. Just do it. Like fuck
Hey,
your insecurities. Fuck what ain't working, and go with what's working. Push
man,
harder.
Mm.
It's you're
man,
gonna get there, and you
man.
can get there faster if you just push harder. Believe in yourself more.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So
I
true.
love that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. So, this might be a difficult one for someone as seasoned and polished and, uh, you know, as professional as yourself. But what would you say your proudest moment is in music thus far, Miss Carla Fleming?
Oh wow. So domestic disturbance.
Hey.
So it's a life project. I wrote the album more than 15 years ago. The original Domestic Disturbance album was written 15 years ago. And I've always knew that there was so much more to the story. There was so much more to the project. And so last year, of course, we got to see Domestic Disturbance fully produced as a musical, which was amazing because
Dope.
I remember as an artist, I used to struggle with having the ability to write great songs, to sing great, to do all of these things, to be a good actress, to be a good writer, to do all of these things. And I always felt like I had to compartmentalize things. Like I have to be, I can't do this because I need to do that. And I can't do this because I have to focus on that element of my creativity. And so I used to pray all the time for God to allow me to be great in all of the gifts that He's given me, and for a super project where we can see it all come together in one project. And so He gave us Domestic Disturbance.
Hey, that project is I'm so mad that I was in Utah and I didn't get to go see it, but when I say I was proud. Like, I know we say you're my sister, but I was proud like my mom birthed you. You see what I'm saying? Like, really, like, just super proud of you. And I just know that you've been through a lot and you've overcome, and you're just one of the happiest people that I know still. And that's just so dope.
Yeah.
And boy, did the city come out for you, right? Man.
Oh my gosh. Every single night, except for one, sold out.
Wow.
Sold out. We did 7 shows. Um, it's just incredible to know that people believe in you the way that they do. Like sometimes even to this day, sometimes I doubt it. And but people you just continue to show up. And
Yes.
for the first time as an artist, I completely felt proud.
That's what's up.
Well, we at Write Me One are extremely proud of you, Miss Carla
Yeah,
Fleming.
so proud of you. And we will continue to push the line every time. So let me ask you this. So where there's good, there's also a flip side, right? So what is your most devastating moment in music thus far?
Um, so I don't ponder on a lot of the things that I've been through because I feel like it makes me the artist that I am today. And like every bad thing that has happened in my career has turned out to open the door for something way more amazing. So I just don't like really hold tight to things that have happened. Although I've been through a lot, I've had a lot of losses financially. But I think the most significant, or at least the most interesting thing that has happened to me was when I was recording Domestic Disturbance. Um, the lowest I've ever felt in my life was when I was just coming out of a hard time because was working on a project and I, flew to Atlanta to record the project, and due to circumstances, it didn't happen. And I was broke at the time. I was a single mom. So everything that I had, I poured into that project, and I came home with nothing. And so I was a bit brokenhearted.
Yeah.
So, when I came back to Sacramento, I started working with Joe Archie, and we started working on what is now Domestic Disturbance. So we hired all of these top industry writers and not writers,
Wow.
because we wrote our own stuff, but we hired musicians, producers, and
Yeah.
like we had Bobby G played on there, Pink Funk
Bobby
played,
G's raw.
Man.
Jackson, you know what I mean? Like he pulled in all of his little favorite cards for little old me, right?
That's what's up.
So we hire all of these outside musicians to get on the record, and so we spent weeks, months in the studio getting this project done. And when we were at the finish line, we had got all the recording, all of the mixing done. It was mastering day.
Dang.
Mastering day. I had to go to work first. My job was right down the street from the studio.
Okay.
I was tired. I was on autopilot. I was waking up in the morning, going to work, going to the studio, coming home, going to bed. I don't even know. Like, I don't remember who was taking care of my kid at the time. Right. I have no idea. All I know is that this album is almost done. I'm at the finish line. That morning at 7:00, I had my masters in my hand.
Oh no.
By 7:30.
Oh my goodness.
They were gone?
Gone.
Oh no.
Never found them. Never recovered them.
Oh no.
You want to hear something funny? Like I had a meltdown. I had the whole courthouse where I was working at the time. They put up missing posters, like they were.
Oh no!
I mean, everybody came trying to help me find these files, right? And at the time, recording onto data disc, so it wasn't like somebody could take the material.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, if
like
somebody
why?
stole them, where my shit at? You can't even do
For
anything.
real.
Back. Get my shit back, right?
Let's give it back.
So, long story short, I never recovered the masters, but I was so depleted because, like I said, I was already broke. I was already on homie hookups, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have no money.
Man.
I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I literally felt the lowest that I ever had in music, and I was done. I was giving up.
Yeah.
I was never gonna sing again. I was never gonna write again. I was like, it's just not for me. It's a sign. And so Joe Archie was like, no, that's not what that means. That just means we need to do it again. And I'm like, how? Right. So, long story short, he contacted all the musicians. Everybody was willing to redo their parts and not charge me again.
What a blessing.
Like, big name people who don't really have time for that. But so many people believed in that project that they made all kinds of concessions for me to get it done. And so
it sounds to me like you said little old me, right? It sounds like
Yeah.
little old you made a very big impact on some very big people, and that's because you're amazing at what you do. You're an amazing person. You have an amazing spirit, and you are one of the most talented female R&B vocalists I've ever heard. So it's a pleasure that to the world that you didn't give up when all the chips were down, or else we'd all be missing out on something absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show a snippet of one of your videos and let the world see. All right.
Hello? Did you get him? Well, you know where to take him. You want to cheat on me? You want to mess around on me? Want to be a cheater?
This is so dope. Hey, hey, that's so classic.
That's classic.
I love it though. I mean, because you're able to do songs like, and I mean, you could do. I believe you could do whatever song or whatever genre of music that you wanted to. You've actually involved us in some stuff that we were like, we probably would have never had the opportunity of doing when you involved us in Weapons Down. That's still one of my highlights. That's where I one of the first times I saw my name on something that like went on to do really great things. So it just, you never cease to amaze me, sis. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Miss Carla.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a question. And this might be really hard, but if you had to choose one artist that had the most influence on you, who would that artist be?
That's not hard for me at all. I believe that Babyface has had the most influence on me as an artist. Like I said, when I started writing, he was the songwriter that I studied the most because he keeps it plain. Like he doesn't use like too many over the top metaphors, or you don't have to try to key into what he's saying. He doesn't overcomplicate things. He keeps it simple, but every single one is a hit. It's a hit. And his voice is very distinct. Like a lot of people may not think of him as one of the greatest singers of our time, but like, I don't know if you guys remember when he was in the group The Deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course,
that's that 2 occasions, right?
Oh yes.
You know?
Everybody would wait to hear his part. When
For
you
real.
were singing, you always wanted to hear his part, right?
Yeah.
True.
So anyhow, his voice stands out. He stands out. He's a class act. He's completely timeless. From the moment he stepped into the industry, he was noticed. He's written for every single person, every single genre, every single everything. And he still just remains a humble class act, right? Every time you see him, he's just like, if I ever got to meet an artist, that's the one that I want to meet. But I haven't met him yet, but that's who I want to meet. That's who's influenced my writing. He is the artist that if I had an opportunity for him to hear my stuff and get feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, like that's
bucket list stuff, huh?
Yes. That's what I want in my life.
Okay. Well, I got one more question for you. So where do you see yourself, Miss Carla Fleming, 10 years from now?
I don't know.
That's fair. That's honest.
I have no idea. I don't even know where I see myself a year from now. I just don't. Like, I'm just doing what I'm doing, right? I'm just
Right.
creating. Um, if I have enough that I've created that I'm ready to present, then I'll present it. But I'm just in a place in my life, in my career, where I just feel like I'm on autopilot. I don't want to act like or sound like I take anything for granted, because I don't. Because I know if people don't see you, they can forget about you. Um,
Right.
and I don't ever want that to happen. But I also know that for the past at least 20 years in my career, I have been just putting out, putting out, putting out, putting out.
I know that's a fact because
Facts.
I rarely see you with downtime. In fact, you're one of the most hardworking people in SAC. If you're not doing songwriting, you're doing promotion. If you're not doing promotion, you're doing a play. If you're not doing a play, you're doing a song. If you're not, so you're always moving. What events or music release?
What events do you have coming up, Carla? You have any music releases? Any events coming up?
Well, this next weekend, May 11th, I'm going to be featured in the first annual Elk Grove Music Festival, which has
Hey.
that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's to me, it's an honor because I'm local, whatever.
Nah, no way. No way.
Whatever. But we have all these national acts coming in, and I was asked to do it. So to me, that's an honor. And I'm gonna show out.
Oh, I know you're gonna show out, man. I'm in the building. I want everybody who follows Right Me One to be in the building. So let's talk about this a little bit before we go get into a game we're gonna play. All right. So let's talk about this now, Carla. What is it like being being experiencing or writing with the Write Me One team? Because we have several songs with you.
Oh, some of my favorite writing experiences is writing with you guys, because
Hey.
we are all three different type of writers, right? We all have this different voicings, we all have different processes. So I always feel like whenever I have an opportunity to work with you guys, I'm always pushed, like I'm always stretched, right? The one thing that I notice about you guys is that you don't settle. So I know if I'm coming to do a project with you guys, we're not gonna settle for like a good take. We're not gonna settle for a good lyric or cool, oh, that's nice or whatever. You guys are gonna always push me to, we're going to get the best that's available to us at that time. So that's why I love working with Write Me One. I wish I was on the team.
You are on the team. You're honorary Write Me One member. We love you so much. So we're going to play a game now, Carla. It's called Rapid Fire. We're going to see just how good you are with knowing about songs of any genre. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, brother, go ahead and tell her the rules.
All right, so rapid fire. We're going to ask you 6 questions. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 5 seconds to answer the question. If you get the questions right, we're keeping score. Each guest that comes on, we're going to keep track, see who did a good job. The last question, if you get it right, you want to Write Me One t-shirt. Let's run rapid fire.
Okay. I wear a size medium, by the way.
Okay.
Wait, what's the question? Can you read it?
First question. Who sang the 1985 hit Saturday Love?
Sherelle.
Sherelle?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you're 1 for 1 right now.
Okay.
I'm keeping track.
Question number 2. Who sang the 2011 hit Words?
Oh, India Irie and Anthony David.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The two.
Oh, out of the 2 that's on there.
So is it Bobby Valentino or Neo?
Neo.
Neo?
I said
Okay.
Neo. Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's not correct.
Okay.
That's not correct, but that's okay.
What's
You get,
on me?
you
How
get.
much to me, girl?
I don't know
Woo! Words
what
go
I'm talking
crazy.
So
about.
you know who picked this song that no one knows, right?
I don't know any of those artists. I'm just kidding.
Okay, we're going to question number 3.
Okay.
Who sang the 1991 hit "Smells Like Teen Spirit"? Was it Green Day or was it Nirvana?
What year?
1991.
Green Day. Yeah.
So okay, so you missed 2 so far, but that's okay. You're still in the race. It was
This is the
Nirvana.
redemption question. This is the redemption question.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go.
let's see if she can redeem herself. Who sang the 2023 hit "Buckle Bunny"? Was it Beyonce or Tanner Adele?
Tanner Adele.
Okay. Okay, she redeemed herself. Okay. So next question. Okay, this is the rapid fire question, okay?
Okay.
So if you get this question right, you're gonna get a Write Me One t-shirt. Now I know you have one, so we'll make it different, a hoodie or a different color or a different size. You can gift it to someone else.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So who wrote the hit song "Nothing Compares to You" by Sinead O'Connor, released
Prince.
in 1993?
Prince.
Oh,
Prince.
she doesn't even
Prince.
need the kicking.
Prince.
She got it.
Time to answer that question correctly.
Prince.
Wow. Brother, you thought that was a hard question. I told you it was going to be too easy.
So there are
Man.
certain artists that I'm gonna know automatically.
Hey, say that. Say that. Say that.
I'm gonna know.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about
How to
what you need
register
to
your music.
do to register your music when you're writing a song, right? So I'm going to bring Kato on the track. I don't know how many of you know, but he explained it so well. So we're going to bring him on the track. We're going to bring Kato on the track, a video that he did to explain it to you.
Is release your music through an independent distributor. So who here is signed up with CD Baby, TuneCore, DistroKid, United Masters, one of those? You're getting music on all these streaming platforms. You're collecting revenue from the master recording. Cool. So the second step, affiliate yourself with a collection society. In the US, that's ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC. Your PRO is going to collect your share of performance royalties. So anytime your music is streamed in a restaurant or in a concert venue, or let's say you get a sync placement and it gets on a TV commercial, right? Those royalties are called performance royalties. Those performance royalties are collected by your PRO on the publishing side. The third step, register your songs with a pub admin like Songtrust. And that's going to collect your publisher's share of performance and mechanical royalties. Why it's really important to have a pub admin on your side is because, let's say you're distributing your own music, it's getting on all these streaming platforms, Spotify, right? All territories outside of the US have their own collection societies. Unless you're directly affiliated with those territories outside of the US, you're not going to be able to collect that money. So that's where Songtrust steps in. The last step, register your songs with Sound Exchange. They'll collect the digital performance royalties on the master recording. So all those platforms like a free Pandora account or Sirius XM or internet radio, if your music is getting streamed on those platforms, Sound Exchange is going to collect those royalties and send it back to you. I'm almost 99% sure that most of you have money that's sitting out there that you don't even know is waiting to be claimed. That's generated from, mostly, we're in the streaming era, right? So I'm almost positive that all of you have streaming money out there that's not being collected. And after 2 to 3 years, if that money is not collected, it goes into what's called black box. Black box royalties are basically, it's like a big pot, right? After 2 to 3 years, they don't know who to pay out. So they kind of just put it all in one place. And if that money is not claimed, that money, which is in the billions every single year, gets redistributed to the top market share. So the Drakes, the Taylor Swifts, the Beyoncés of the world, your royalties are going into their pocket, right? So it's very, very important that you know how to take the steps to claim that money before Beyonce has a payday. And no one's ever going to knock on your door or send you an email and be like, yo, you have a $1,000 check waiting for you, come get it. It's never gonna happen. So you have to go claim it.
All right. That's facts, right? It's actually happened to us in the beginning. We thought if you registered with ASCAP or BMI, we happen to be registered with BMI, we thought that was it. It was the same shady person that got us into the deal that told us that's all we needed to do. So the moral of the story here is if you're a songwriter, if you have intellectual property, if you've written one word on a song, it's important that you understand how to register. You need to understand split sheets, and we'll go over that in another podcast because that takes some time for understanding. But we have the websites here for you to register. You can register your songs on either ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and then you need to go a step further and get with a song trust or a sound exchange so that you can get your royalties from every aspect of it, because you can't wait for somebody to tell you. You have to go research, do the work so that you'll understand, because most of us as songwriters and musicians and artists, we just love doing what we do. But music is 95% business, and just a 5% is talent and actually the music. So just protect yourselves. And that's what we do here at Write Me One. We write songs, and we're just trying to spread some knowledge amongst the community here. And that's how we're doing. So I hope you got some good pointers from Cato. If you did, go ahead and follow him. Give him a like. He has on his website, if you go to his website or his YouTube, there's actually a discount that you'll get from using his affiliate link to sign up for Songtrust. You get a discount, Songtrust and Sound Exchange. So shout out to Cato and shout out to Carla Fleming. I just learned so much today. You have anything, brother?
Man, just a pleasure to have you with us today, Miss Carla Fleming. You're a light to the world and a light to music, so keep doing your thing.
So where can the fans reach you, Carla? Where can they find your music?
So my music, I like for fans to go to my website, please, carlafleming.net. Please, that's my house. Like, you come visit me, that's home. That's where you're going to find everything, Carla. But you can also find me on social media, Facebook, Carla Fleming, YouTube, Carla L. Fleming, Instagram, Carla Effin Fleming. But if you just type in Carla Fleming in your Google search, all that shit will pop up. I'm out of here.
Hey. Okay. Well,
that's what's up.
Everybody, don't forget again that she has a show coming up. You can get your tickets. It's right here in Elk Grove, so you don't have to drive too far. Tell them again about your show.
The first annual Elk Grove Music Fest. And it's R&B music, it's soul music, but it's going to be lit. It's an all-day event. It's family friendly. So grab your lawn chair, grab your folks. It's going to be vendors, food, drinks. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a day. So come out. I opened the show.
Hey.
So I go on first. I'm going to bring the fire. And they're going to keep it going all day.
Hey. Okay. Well, that's what's up, Carla. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we're not going to take up any more of your time. We appreciate you and we support you 1000%. If you guys don't know her music, go get to know it. She has some undeniable songs, and there's something for everyone's taste buds. So just go take a listen at her house, carlafleming.net.
That's what's up.
We love you so much.
And so, if y'all haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe to Write Me One. Please and thank you. We really appreciate you. And,
yes.
Man.
So
man, sis,
before we leave you, we have to say this. If you or someone you know needs a hit song, hit us up.
And let us write you one.
Let us write you one. Peace, Peace. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you again on the last Thursday of the month. It's been real, y'all.